Hey everyone, welcome to the live post-race review for Dark Helmet Racing League Season 10, Round 4. We're at Monza. Lots of incidents here, there, and everywhere because it's Monza and it happens. So let's start going through it and see what we got here. Hopefully not too many of them are big. That was a lot of iRacing embellishment net code straight away. See how quickly it spun them? Like, they hadn't even made contact and it spun this car here. So netcode had predicted that. But if we go through, I think this is at the end of lap 2 because we're at, lap 2 or beginning of lap 2, sorry. So if we push this through, see the car on the inside here is making the corner. I think this is more just a single monitor issue than anything for the car ahead. So this car here, because he was racing this Ferrari on the coming into the corner, and you can see that he's trying to regain him in sight. So right here, like he knows he's there, and now he's just trying to just make sure he can sneak in behind, and then overslows, and this is where this car came in. So I'm gonna say it's on the 44 for coming down. There was a car on the inside. At turn-in, was there overlap? No, but this car wasn't overslowing. Like, I would say these two cars went through here a little slower because you can see everyone else pulling away here. So I'm going to leave this one strictly as a racing incident. And it's a lot of netcode embellishment that ends up spinning him as well. Now, as for the rejoin, he'll feel like he's right in the middle of the track. If he's cockpit view, he basically will feel like he's right on racing line, which he basically is. He's trying to get out of the way, so I'm not going to fault him for the rejoin either, because it's just trying to get out of the way at that point. So, racing incident between Paul and Troy here. I think this is one of the cars that clipped through. Yeah, I just clipped the front there. So no action there. Nothing I can really do about it. Just let me know if it completely freezes up. I was in control and was going to make the corner, and the purple Porsche didn't leave enough room, which is a very, very, very common incident at the first chicane at Monza. You have to leave way more room than you're anticipating. But double tap gets them straight again. So, like, they're racing for position. They're side by side of the first corner. It hasn't fully cleared them by the second corner. Yeah. Luckily gets the second tap to kind of pull them straight. So for Christian here, racing incident again. Jeremy here. Let's just see what's happening behind, because there's a bit more happening here, which spins Vincent. Yeah. And I can't really blame Vincent there. He's getting going, gets clipped by, I think it's Thomas, who gets into Vincent, which everyone's trying to avoid the half spinning car here. So, yes, that's going to be a racing incident, and same for these, unfortunately. Yes, it did ruin your race, but it's not much anybody could have done here. Everyone was trying to avoid. Good job just staying predictable, staying still, letting the field go by. That was good. It's super frustrating to do that, I know, but that was good sportsmanship and the best that you could do in that situation. So thank you. Okay, this looks like a spin. Okay. What's the paint scheme on this? Yeah, I thought so. Maxwell, or the Maxwell dude listening to the radio. No action here. Good paint yet again, Gray. Oh. I swear Troy has the worst luck out of anybody in our league. So here, Thomas loses it. It hits the rear into the gravel here, which straightens him up. Troy's coming through. Nothing he can really do here. Tries to avoid and gets into the back. Again, racing incident. Nobody did anything wrong. Just Troy having bad luck. And Thomas has got damage, so he wasn't expecting it to have no rear grip by the time he got here. Well, it's a lap later, so maybe. So he loses it. As he's spinning, there's nothing he can really do there. He's trying to spin, and he's basically spinning off the track. And Doug here has nowhere to go. And Doug gets into him. So, racing incident again. I'm pretty sure. Does he tow? Yeah, he tows. And I think Doug has to tow too because it ripped a corner off it, I think. Just unlucky. Nope, he keeps going. And then Caesar. The rear of that Corvette just doesn't want to agree with him tonight. No action. Okay. So this one, more iRacing netcode fun. Watch how fast this car bounces off this wall. I watch this between the sprint and the feature. So he's basically almost coming to a stop, hits that wall, and rockets back out onto the field. He's full brakes, all tires are locked up, but he's just comes back onto the line and gets Jeff. Or Jeff, completely innocent victim in this. So this is literally just somebody else having an accident and Jeff appearing on the scene, completely getting destroyed. Yeah, iRacing decided to just absolutely catapult Caesar here. As you can see, he just kind of comes back across track. Jeff will be like, what the hell just happened? There's not much he could do. Racing incident on that one too, and Vincent was part of that one as well. Vincent's been doing some good crash avoidance there. Got a Phantom 4X. I'm going to say no action on that one for him. Doug, after getting it fixed, probably took tires, possibly two, or the tires are just annoyed. No action on that, and then everyone's across the line. So that is our sprint. So no incidents to report on the sprint. Everyone was good. Feature. Stack up turn one. Still stack up turn one. So no action on that. Christian. Oops. Just one of the ones making Getting tapped. Same with Jeremy here. He was the one in the middle. Good avoidance. And a little back in the field. I think that was Alex. No action. Yep, it was Alex. And again, really good guys. Like, getting through turn 1 here is never easy. And we did the sprint and the feature with very little through turn 1 to report. Okay, so here we got one. Battling for position. Netcode again. Netcode is what caused the spin, but... So they're battling for position. There was a little bit of contact going into the corner, which made Troy kind of run along. Oops. Hit live. Which kind of made Troy run along here. So as soon as they kind of side-to-side touch right behind the bridge here, right there, he starts running real deep because he's got two wheels on the grass. So a little bit naughty on Ryan here for not leaving enough room on the way into the corner. And then it's pushed Troy right to the edge. He's trying to avoid all these massive curbs. And Ryan has a car on the inside and doesn't leave enough room. Troy is trying his best to not get into him here too. But iRacing decided they'd hit, even though they didn't. Now, technically, if I really, really, really want to be a pain in the butt here, it's on Troy, but it's not. I can't fault him for running deep and then trying to make the corner because of the slowdown that's here. If he goes to this side and runs through here, he's going to get a massive slowdown, and he doesn't want it. It's an unfair penalty to get the slowdown here, so he's trying to avoid that. And now just Ryan gives just a little too little space here and spins him. And then Ryan got into Troy and they spun each other. I'm leaving this as a racing incident. The squeeze into the corner, maybe I can do something with. Let's just go look at that again. Because that's what caused the problem. Is right here. So not leaving enough space here is what caused this. So because he's squeezing on the grass, he's pushed wide, which has now put him in here, and now is what led to the contact happening here. I'm inclined to give a 1 avoidable contact to Ryan for the entry of the corner, not the contact that happened in the chicane, that what happened in the braking zone, because per our rules you have to leave a car width space, which is to the white line, and that wasn't given there, which is what led to the contact. So let's go here. Yeah, that's our first one, and Troy is noted. Let's just see his rejoin too, because he got... Yeah, I managed to keep it off the wall, so just noted for him. And we got Paul here. Return to DHRL. A little bit of a spin there. No harm, no foul. And this is basically the same incident again. So they're fighting for position into the corner. So they know they're both there. And would Doug have made the corner? Is the contact what caused him to straighten up a bit, or was he going to push wide into Ryan here? Ryan definitely doesn't leave enough space, which causes Ryan to get spun. I'm going to leave that one noted. And then Ryan, I'm just going to go watch for the rejoin. And he tows and goes back to the pits. I think he leaves after this. Your race impacted is somebody else having a crash and clipping you, and this gave Mooney pretty bad suspension damage here. Brandon and myself, this was a checkup. And a really embellished 4X. I don't think that was a 4X at all. As you can see, let's walk through it just to make sure that we talk about it. You can see lots of battling up ahead. Brandon Powell doing everything to try to stay in the lead here. Great job. And great job by everyone here being respectful and patient and making things work. So it was just stack up, minor contact. Nothing to complain about. I was actually surprised that it even gave me a 4X for that. So, no action there. No action there. And at the same time, Ryan also had something here. And I don't know if it was from me. Yeah, it was from me. But, again, there's not much anybody could do here. No, we got lasting damage or anything from it, so. That Corvette just looked evil tonight. Gray. No action. Maybe a bit of give or take between each class as the classes are overtaking. But just because a higher class is racing with you does not mean you need to give them position. We saw that for the lead. You can battle for overall position just as much. Just keep in mind you're battling for your own points. So your own champion with him right now. As you can see, Renner and Ryan had got through. Okay. So iRacing, apparently touching tiny to the backside of a car can get you a 4X, but actually having car contact and resulting in a half spin here didn't raise anything. Didn't even give him a 2X. It would just be a 1X here for off track for Brandon Powell. But if this is on Brandon here, he runs a little bit wide. Understeers probably from my wake more than anything and turns in a little late because he can't see. The contact, if this was protested, this would be a 1 point because there is no damage and there's only one loss of position here. So he lost 2 spots total, 1 to Brandon, which he was already side by side with going into the corner. So he's only lost 1 to Phil, more than he would have lost in the corner, possibly. So I'm going to say that would be a 1 point. So if we do want to protest it, and I have a funny feeling a protest will appear and Brandon will get a 1 point. It may be done by Brandon. It is what it is. And here, it sucks to see somebody get half spun, but it would be only a 1 point here because of no lasting damage and no major impact to race. So no major loss of positions or anything like that. So that's just the review there. That's everything for me. Next week, yeah, they were later in the race. If we go to look at that, actually, Brandon's got a point here. I'm pretty sure they ended up battling for position again later. So after the pit stop, and I think around lap 20, and Brandon just lets it go. So this is too late for redress in our normal stuff. Like I look for one lap around. This is Brandon letting him go. So if everyone's good with it, that's what it'll be. It'll just be based on a protest if anybody does it. Okay. Next week, we are at. Ooh, the last week was really great at VIR. We had like 5 people with a shot to win pretty much the whole entire night. So come on out, join us. It'll be lots of fun if you can. Car is free, track is free. That is it for me.